Hey guys, so I had a couple hours this evening and I thought I'd work on a pair of lawnmowers that I got. I'm going to call these curb lawnmowers. They're the ones that you get for free off of the curb. And I've got two here. This one is a snapper and they both have these Briggs and Stratton engines on them. So I think that between the two I can get one of them going. And I think I'm going to work on the snapper because it still has most of its important components on the top of it. I think it has a bad magneto and the magneto on that one might be good. So I think this is going to work. All right, Kitty, you better watch out. Forgot this valve is off. Sorry, Kitty. I just scared that cat to death. I forgot that this valve was on. Sorry, Kitty. That was an accident. I'm not sure if you saw it, but the cat freaked out. Looks like the air filter is going to need to come off right there, and yep, air filter pops off. And then it looks like we have two more screws right up in here. One more screw right here that I didn't see. Looks like we can just unhook that cable directly from there. Yeah, I'm really not sure where this lever goes. Huh. That is weird. And there is the little carburetor, and I can tell by the way that this thing feels, it is extremely gummed up. That's what's wrong with this. You can barely turn it. It is that gummed up. We'll now pull off the whole shroud that covers up the flywheel. Cat, what are you doing? Ouch. Ouch, cat. There we are. Cat, can't sit everywhere I'm working. Just like that. Nice, sounds like we're getting good compression still. Cat. Cat, do you see I'm working here? I think we'll blow this off some more now that we have it exposed. Wow, those are pretty tight. Oh wow, look at that. I actually just broke that off. That's not ideal, but that's what happened. So hopefully they don't all do that. Break all of these loose by hand. Wow. That is really tight. I hope it also does not break off. Oh, uh-oh. That makes two. Both of the ones, hopefully this third one doesn't do that. Wow, so that's going to be interesting. I am not sure if that is going to be fatal for this thing. Those are really tight in there. It turns out the spark plug was actually extremely loose in there, so that came out really easy. And now we're going to pop the front of this off and see what we got. Ooh, that looks quite dirty to me. This doesn't look very good here. It looks like a little bit of the head gasket seal came off with that. This is probably why I wasn't able to get this thing to run. It is full of oil and a lot of nasty buildup. Oh, good. They both move, so we're fine there. And the cylinder actually looks pretty good. So we're going to clean off the heads, all this valves and stuff in here. Cat, what are you doing? And we'll get this all cleaned up. And then we'll put it back together. And that should look good there. This is the inlet, that's the exhaust. Inlet, exhaust. So a couple things that we can work on simultaneously. I want to get a little bit of this stuff on here dissolving. Some of the really nasty stuff that is built up inside here. So we have all this hard scum buildup. Go ahead and use this and clean this up. That looks a lot better. Look at that. This buildup that's up in the corners here, I'm probably going to use something kind of sharp to just kind of scrape at it. Maybe like my knife. But it's not really... As long as you get most of the buildup, it seems like the engines run fine. So it's not really necessary to get every last little bit. Just wanted to grab a couple of rags. And then we'll use our drill again. Probably should have pulled that gasket off first before cleaning, but it's alright. Boy, it'll be interesting to see if it's fine with these bolts being broke off in there. I might actually be able to get this one off. That one down there, I'm less hopeful. Let's see if we can get this one out. Nope. Just broke it off. Ah, well, too bad. If the mower lasts for a few years, I'll probably be able to find a different one to use. It'll be fun to see if we can get it going. So now I'm going to begin the long, boring process of cleaning the carburetor. So the first thing that you want to do is get all of the nasty buildup and scum on the outside cleaned off. And I like to use a small wire brush and some sort of solvent. In this case, I'm using carbon choke cleaner, which is actually used while the engine's running usually, but it does dissolve this stuff pretty well. So if there are any gaskets on there that seem like they'll come off easily, you can take them off. Otherwise, just leave them on, because you don't want to rip them trying to get them off. However, sometimes they come apart anyway, like this one appears to be coming apart. So after you get a lot of it loosened up, using that brush, you can take an air hose and blast. And that usually gets rid of a lot of the nasty buildup. Look at that hole in my glove. Yep, it's dissolving it. Probably good for your skin though. Alright, so the outside of this carburetor is clean enough that now we can move on to working on the inside. Loosen this nut on the bottom. And be aware that there could be some liquid on the inside depending on Oh, yep. There's some really nasty stuff on the inside of there. Oofda. Yeah, it's very dirty inside here. There's like a crusty buildup, and there's actually a little bit of water came out too, I just noticed. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get this cleaned well enough to where it'll still work. We'll try. We will try. Next, we're going to pull the pin on this. Just like that. And that will release the float assembly. Oh my. Look at that. I've never seen that before. This is actually eaten away by something, whether it was water or... Yeah, there was something sitting inside the sediment bowl that totally ate the metal. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can actually get this carburetor to work anymore. That is kind of crazy. I feel like you can get anything going again, but I might be wrong. This might be totaled. That is kind of discouraging. Well, I'll see what I can do with it. Basically, just meticulously cleaning all of this is the only thing I can do. So I'm just putting this back together. I got it cleaned, kind of, but because of this corrosion, I kind of think that this whole thing was a waste of time. I think there's a very good chance that this carburetor and mower, I think that they actually are done. I'm not sure what happened in their past, but boy, must have been a harsh past. I did get the orifices and things cleaned up in here though, and if it's gonna work, it'll work, but I don't know, I don't really think it's gonna work. But there's the carburetor all cleaned up and put back together, but I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe, but I have some serious doubts. So I just finished switching over the magneto from that lawnmower because I'm pretty sure the one on this lawnmower was shot. And I think it's set about right, but like I said before, I'm not very hopeful that this thing's even going to work. So I'm just going to put it back together now and we'll try it. But I really don't know what to expect. What do you think, Kat? You like that cylinder, huh? Hey, what are you doing? Stop it. Careful, that's my magneto wire. Hey, what are you doing, Kat? Just cleaning the spark plug with a little bit of sandpaper. Beautiful. That looks good. I really don't. I don't know. We'll see. Might work. I think I'll be very surprised if this thing does work. I'll be very, very surprised. Alright, so I got pretty much everything reassembled on here, except for, I did not get the air filter attached, but we're going to spray some starting fuel in it. I pulled it over a couple times, and I got to pop once. So I think it will start up. So we'll spray some starting fluid in, and we'll pull it over. And there you have it. The snapper I thought would not run because of how poorly the engine actually is. I mean, we twisted off 2 bolts. I did so many bad things. Twisted off 2 bolts, the inside of the cylinder, the piston has a nick taken out of it, and the carburetor is like corroded to pieces. And I put it back together, and it works. Put a spark plug from that zombie mower, and I put the magneto from that zombie mower in. I didn't even measure anything on the flywheel, and it works. Like, seriously, small engines just impress me so much. I can't believe that they can work. And what's more, I don't even understand how this one's metering device works. So, I'm of the opinion that we should take it out into the wild and test it on some actual grass. Because it's a beautiful evening. And breathe some of that air that hasn't been fumed. Okay. Ready? Let's see if she starts up again. So, I can't really get at the throttle or anything because I put it all back together. And these cables, this cable doesn't... Oh, wait! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! I did not see that there was a separate throttle control. I feel very stupid. Wow! Look at that. Okay, okay. So we'll just put that at like half throttle and... I think it idles when there's no load. I think it just puts it at a lower idle. So let's take it to some grass. I killed it on the grass. Let's see if it starts right back up again for us. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm impressed. It seems like it gets bogged down pretty easy, so I wonder what that means. It works. And I have a matching pair. I have a riding snapper and I have a little push mower snapper. Anyway, hope that you enjoyed, and I guess I'll talk to you later. And one of the other things that's wrong with it is the only way to shut it off is to bog it down or pull the spark plug wire. But I don't like getting shocked, so I think I'm going to go bog it down. But anyway, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I am just still so amazed that this thing can even run with how poorly the engine appeared to be. Talk to you later.